972-891-8864. We are talking about bad relationships. That just says something right there. Bad. Not the Michael Jackson song, just bad.
Just the real meaning.
Yeah. On Facebook, since I like to just start internet wars at 5 o'clock in the morning, it's become a hobby of mine. I've been told I am a certified shit starter for early morning people. So I posted a question on yesterday, I believe, and it was like, what's the worst thing that a person can do in a relationship? I mean, I got a lot of typical answers: lying, abuse, cheating. Shout out to Monica, said, ask me for a loan. She is not playing about her money, is she?
That's a deal breaker in a relationship now?
Did you ask her for a loan?
Some people it is.
Really? How long were they together? I mean, if they for a period of time, I mean, depending on how much he or she is asking for.
Everybody doesn't look for the same things in relationships or accept the same thing.
Right. I'm
like
sorry.
what, Candace?
I mean,
I don't know who Candace is.
Oh.
I mean, just like she said, AB, somebody said that they were, bothered by someone asking for a loan. JR saying, I can't, that's shocking considering they're in a relationship. For me, what I would have to say is, with something like that, everyone's relationship values, just like we talked about on Tuesday on my blog, vary from person to person. So one person may be okay with their boo borrowing money. The other person may be offended. Little things like lying. I can't say one other word, but let's see, lying, respect issues. There's multiple things out there that everyone's going to look at a little different.
Get this. One of my Facebook friends, Thomas, shout out to Pink Floyd, he put on there that his ex-girlfriend set him on fire. That was a deal breaker.
Yeah, that might be a
That is a
sign you're in a
deal
bad
breaker.
relationship.
I think that's a deal breaker.
Yeah. You might be in a bad relationship if you
That's
try
an
to set you on
indicator.
fire.
I agree.
I'm just saying.
But
I know-
someone may be okay with that.
I mean, I know love's supposed to be hot, but
Not that hot. Not that hot.
It's not supposed to
I
burn
don't
like
need
a
that.
fire
I don't
challenge.
need that.
Right.
I cut it off at physical violence. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's a little much for me.
He got set on fire.
yeah.
And that's pretty bad because he had long hair. He had that Jesus hair.
Because he had long
Yeah,
hair.
that's-
Lady, see that? That's
that's-
why.
I don't know why. He has a very sarcastic mouth, so I don't know why he got set on fire, but he
Right.
got set on fire.
Yeah, that's not good.
Who got set on fire?
Walking in is the beat master, Elliot. Say what's up, E.
What's up?
And then there
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
It is. I'm sorry. Do I need more enthusiasm?
Nah,
No,
you got
you
it
good.
right there, though.
Okay.
You good.
You get some spirits in you. You're all right.
I'm trying.
Yeah, of course. Feel free. But yes, my friend on Facebook said he got set on fire, his ex-girlfriend.
All right. It's a good thing it's an ex.
Yeah, she set him on fire.
What'd he do?
He
didn't share
he didn't share that.
I bet you didn't deserve to be set on fire.
I can't
No matter
imagine
what
a
he did or
reason
said.
why he would
Probably
deserve
coming
it.
out of his mouth, he probably did deserve to be set on fire.
Nah, that's
Nah,
that's
that's
That's a little
drastic.
much.
That's drastic.
That's like something Satan would do.
You know,
Oh,
Unfortunately, some people are not saved.
yeah, I'm not
just
too.
because you saved, I mean, you gotta.
I mean,
Burn.
I'm a heathen.
No, I said that's why I said
I'm a heathen, but I'm not Satan.
Yeah.
You just don't go around setting people on fire.
Okay.
All right.
It's just simple solution.
I mean, I wouldn't have set him on fire. Maybe a simple punch to the face would have did it. But
That'd have been better than setting them on fire.
Ain't that it?
yeah.
You can recover quicker.
What gets someone punched in the face?
You won't
Lady
need no
T?
Silverdene.
What qualifies? for
What gets
physical?
someone punched in the
Skin
face?
grafts.
Oh wow.
Surgery.
Bring
Abuse was
that.
supposed to come later on in the show, but if you're a hot-tempered person, and just the slightest of comments can set you off. So
I've seen it happen.
yeah, but let's get into these reasons.
All right. Let's go.
Okay, so my first reason: you feel you have to change who you are to be with this person. You need to run. You don't feel confident enough that you are enough. You have to alter your personality, your way of thinking, your viewpoints, whatever, just because you're trying to impress someone, rather male or female, because I'm kind of trying to speak from both sides.
Yeah, that's not good. But the sad thing is, there's men and women who feel like they have to adjust themselves to make the other person happy and be that yes man, that yes woman. But the long run is that the other person is about to get bored.
Quickly.
You know what I'm saying? And the person that's talking crazy to him at the job is the one he is about to fall in love with. You know what I'm saying? So
Interesting take, JR.
Very interesting.
Just saying, I take it from the beginning to the end real quick. I mean, it's gonna happen, you know, but it's sad that, you know, a person feels as though they have to change who they are to
Impress.
well, to keep a person's attention. You know,
Well.
they just can't be themselves. So I don't know what happened from the first time they met and started conversating to now I have to change who I am to, you know, make you happy. You know, what happened between that first time to, you know, now,
now.
whether it was a couple of months or, you know, what have you, when they start thinking that way. So,
Well, I definitely think there's a difference between trying to change to impress somebody versus changing and growing because you realize there's some things you need to work on and self-improvement.
Right.
You know, a lot of times, unfortunately, in relationships these days, we got people wanting to change, like he said, to impress somebody just to get with that person. But unfortunately, you're not going to be able to keep that charade up. That's what happens. You do it so long to get them, and then after that, it's an issue. If you're changing just to be with them and not changing based on self-improvement concerns, it's not gonna last. And if it does, I will be honest, I've seen some relationships. I have not necessarily been in that particular type, but I've seen and witnessed some that are, I mean, they're arguing all the time.
Exactly.
I don't know that that's positive for anybody.
No, I never think that arguing is a positive thing. I have a caller. If you are ending in 5740, you're on the line with Lady T, so please say something.
You are ending in 5740, sir.
Yes. Hello? Oh, okay. Well, call back. Moving right along. You feel that this person is responsible for your happiness or that you are responsible for their happiness. You rely on them to make you feel a certain way. Is that the...
That probably feedback into why somebody wanted to change. You know, if you feel like you are responsible for somebody's happiness or if they're responsible for yours, you're probably going to try to push that person a little bit more. So, you know, that can kind of feed back into one. So, I mean, all these are terrible, terrible, terrible things in a relationship. The
that
two
you should
I've
run
heard.
from? The two?
Or at least address, if not run, you know.
Okay.
address then run.
Exactly.
I think you should always give a person a fair chance.
Well, yeah, you know, you address the issue, but I mean, I don't think I'm responsible for your happiness.
No.
I mean, I'm hoping to add to your happiness because I'm hoping you're already happy. I
Right.
mean, we all have our little, you know, tidbits, ups and downs, and little issues. That's everybody. But for the most part, you know, I hope when we met, you are happy and, you know, about what you have going on in life and things of this nature. And hopefully that we can add to each other. You know, so we can still grow in happiness for a little while at least. You know what I'm
Definitely.
saying? Because we all know, you know, relationships are not always a bed of roses. But, you know, the true test of a relationship is when it's dark, is when the storms come. You know, not while the sun is out. So
That's true.
That's true. When when it gets dark out, can you stick around and
can you
don't
stand the
run?
rain? That's what
Can
New
you stand
Edition
the
said.
rain?
Can you? Can
But
you?
sometimes that has a lot to do with self-awareness as well. You have to be
Yeah.
aware of what, if you're not happy, what those reasons are and what you can do to help yourself versus expecting your mate to fix it. So if you're coming into the relationship and you're unhappy yourself, you're going to bring that in.
Does it sound a little needy to be that way? To be like, oh, I need somebody that's going to make me.
Yeah, some
feel this
people
way.
are like that. You know, they just feel as though they need a man. They need a woman to make them feel whole. If you're not whole already, then you in trouble at the jump.
But that works
Right.
for some people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Unfor-
but
I mean,
but then if
Complete
you
me.
but then if you check those people, they always going from one person to
Oh,
the next.
I completely agree, JR. I'm not
So-
saying they're great
Right.
relationships. I'm just saying
Yeah.
we all know someone that it works for.
Remember the whole Jerry Maguire thing? That you complete me?
Yeah,
Aren't you supposed to be complete already?
yeah, you're supposed to be, but
But you can be on that tag, you can be like a complete half of like a coin, like a yin yang. You might be like a complete, you know. You might be a complete introvert and she might be a complete extrovert, but together y'all make a pretty complete person.
yeah, I'm with that.
So that, but you know
Yeah.
what I mean? As far as her trying to balance you out, your insecurities, that's not going to work. He or she.
Right.
But
What
Yeah, I
about they
agree. I agree.
compliment
Yeah,
you?
I agree exactly with what he's saying. I definitely understand what he's saying. You know, because sometimes it takes that opposite
the opposite mindset to
yeah,
kinda,
to kind of, you know, to balance that other person out, you know.
So it's not really completing, it's complimenting.
Well, that part is complimenting, but there are some people who feel as though they need somebody to complete them, and they will say those words. When you hear those words, then, yeah, you might want to put your shoes on.
Well, and I think that can be taken out of context, though, because, of course, on Jerry Maguire, it was kind of used in a cute way. Some people are already complete, but they're looking for that spouse to make the life with and have a family with. So I think it depends on the context they're using it on, and definitely take into account who you're talking about, who the person is. Be honest with yourself and accept them for who they are, because if you can't, that's going to be a whole nother concern.
Right.
And if you're not honest with yourself about the concerns they come with to the table, then that's going to be a problem later on. Okay. And then trying to complete you or them or y'all as a family is going to be an issue.
Okay. Well, let me, as I am a certified just drama starter, so let me put a little bit of drama in it. You have no life without them. You can't do anything. They're controlling.
Run.
Now. Run.
Now.
But see, by the time somebody realizes
That's what I'm
that
saying.
they controlling you, and that person's in so deep,
Are they really?
a lot of times, yeah.
Are there not signs beforehand that they are
Normally.
controlling?
They ignore them because it's the blissful part of the relationship.
Okay, so
You know
they're
what I'm
calling
saying?
you
It's-
15 times a day saying, JR, what are you doing? JR,
Well,
where are you?
Well, here's the
Why won't
thing,
you return my text,
some
JR?
people may kind of like that at
Return
the
the
beginning.
text, JR.
They just don't see the sign.
Return the text, JR.
He may like that, Lady T.
You know what? The good
Nah,
thing
nah,
is
don't
with
nobody
my
like
job,
that.
you can't get no response. So
Well,
Okay, on to somebody
different world.
who's not a doctor and works a regular job. Elliot, okay.
What's up?
E, how do you feel about that?
If she just keep on
Yeah, she needs to know where you are.
all the time, now that's gonna be a problem, But there are some people, like some dudes, who'll be like, "Oh man," like they'll answer every text. Where you? I'm here. Where you at? And just go back and forth. There's somebody for everybody.
it is.
You know what I'm saying? Really,
That's
it
true.
is.
It is. I agree with that.
You just gotta let them
100%.
know up front. Both people gotta be honest. Like, listen, I'm a little clingy, and the dude should be like, I don't like that. Get away from me, or be like, well, I kind of like clingy. Like,
And you're right, because somebody like that, yeah.
somebody like.
But
that.
even if somebody, if I met somebody that is clingy, you can't get clingy. Not dealing with me because I'm just in and out a lot. So it might not necessarily
out?
be on
That's what
purpose.
He did
That's
say
what he
in and
called it,
out,
right?
right?
Yeah.
He
did say that.
He did
Yeah.
say in and out.
Did like
Take that however you want. So,
take it or leave it, right?
but I
Yeah,
mean,
and
you
you wrote
know,
the
if a
book, let me
person
see,
if a person
Damn
is
your
busy,
man, I'll treat you worse.
yeah, if a person is busy and they in and out and they travel and this and that, even if a person is clingy, guess what? You just got to deal with it, or you're gonna come to the realization, be like, well, maybe he's not for me because he's not accessible like I need him to be. So,
Very true, Jared.
But I
on
mean,
that
but
end.
is that like being that clingy?
that I think that's going to be an issue later on down the road, though.
One, you have to figure out whether it's clingy or selfishness.
Yeah.
Because I've been there. One of the guys I dated in my earlier 20s, we lived 2 hours apart. So when he came into town, as we got more serious and was, had him around family and friends, he got to a point where, I just simply want to spend time with you. I don't want to have to be around your friends and appeasing to them. I don't want to be appeasing to your family. I just want to spend time with you. Well, unfortunately, in KJ's world, with me comes my family, come my aces. And if you can't, we had issues where people were telling me, don't bring him back. Not saying he was
God.
there cussing anyone out or anything, but attitude wise, because his attitude was just,
Stank.
I'm here to see you. I don't
Right.
want to spend time with everybody. So keep that at the forefront. And I was a little bliss to it at first. I was young and dumb. So I agree with JR, that definitely can be overlooked at first. But as you start hopefully praying about things, if that's where your life is, or whoever you talk to, helps
Right.
to, hopefully bring that stuff to light and be honest with you.
Yeah, and you know what? I've dealt with the controlling. Like, I need to know. Not I want. I need to know where you are. I need to know
I ain't
what
telling
you are
you.
doing. I need you to answer the phone when I call.
Nope, I ain't got time.
I mean, in my college years, it was during the Super Bowl. I had a guy call me like 20 times
Run,
to make
What?
sure I was still in my dorm room.
run,
Why?
now,
Yeah.
run.
Yeah, I ran very fast.
That sounds like trust issues.
Yeah, it sound like
Like
man.
that's-
He just wanted to make sure you was where you supposed to be, so he can do what he was going to do. Sound like to me.
You know, I just met him a week ago. I mean, I wasn't.
Oh no,
it,
I
it
don't
wasn't
give a
that
shit.
serious.
I'm not calling you on the Super Bowl. I don't give a damn.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean-
Exactly.
JR to keep it
Exactly,
100.
JR. Exactly.
But I mean, I'm just saying, if I just met you a week before the Super Bowl, I mean, I already got plans. You may have or may not have plans. And your plans could be, I really don't care about the Super Bowl. I'm going to be in my room or I'm going to be at home. Okay, cool. I'm going to do what I want to do or what have you. I mean, I'm going to do it. It shouldn't matter, but I'm not going No, hell no.
But then,
Give a
again,
shit. I don't care if
there's-
I known you a month. I'm still not going.
1 week.
There's another part of
That's quick.
Yeah.
That's too quick.
Yeah, but then there's another part of controlling where men can sometimes be overly aggressive,
Mm-hmm.
and it can lead into abuse. Let's just say it.
So can women.
Yeah, women can be abusive
We just don't want to call the cop.
because you don't want to admit that you got hit by a girl.
It just look bad.
Yeah, we got knocked upside the head. We
Real
got
bad.
a damn goose egg upside our forehead because the girl didn't whooped our ass, but we don't want to call the cop because we don't want to look like a little punk.
I don't
But
know.
as soon as we squeeze her arm hard and she got a,
A bruise.
imprint of the hand, we off to jail.
Yes, I do have 911 in my phone. I should have used it last night when I got hemmed up by the sheriff.
You couldn't breathe though.
Bam, bam.
You was almost choked out,
Yeah,
lightheaded.
over cranberry juice. But anyway, moving right along. Moving right along. We also threw
What?
this in there.
Wait. What happened with this?
24 hours ago.
24 hours.
24 hours ago.
You got choked out from some cranberry juice?
I wasn't fast enough with making someone's drink, and they got a little aggressive about it. And yeah.
That's love though. That's all it is.
I don't think
You
it was.
loved your drink.
I think it was quite abusive. You know, I would file charges, but I don't have time for all that. The HR policy here at TMI Radio is that we don't have HR. We just do what? We just get your ass beat. So,
Well, there it is.
you know what?
Take it to court.
Take it to court. But that's going to be the end result each time. You know, you're going to get your ass beat. Anyway, 972-891-8864 if you want to get in on this. Run. How to tell if you're in a bad relationship. Moving right along. You do not trust this person outside of your eyesight.
Mm-mm. Oh, Lord have mercy.
What? Now,
Where to start on that?
KJ, you did write a blog
I did.
this week on rootstothesoul.com, and that was one of your highlights.
It was.
Can you speak on this?
I
sister?
sure can. Where to start?
Say
I'll
something.
just say.
Start at the beginning.
Right. I've been engaged before. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. Clearly, I'm still single. So, most of the reason was because trust was broken. Never confirmed that he was cheating, but there were definitely a lot of things put out there in the indication that you were attempting. And my thought process is, if we're already at that point, while we're about 6 months from walking down the aisle, there's some things that need to be addressed. So if trust is being broken, respect is being questioned, communication's being shut down.
Wait.
need to
Can
kinda-
I just play devil's advocate?
Oh, God. Oh, God.
I
One
got
second.
AB
Wait a
jumping
minute.
up. I got Elliot Hawks looking at me
Wait a minute.
crazy. What's going on?
Breaking out in a sweat over
Didn't
here.
let the sister talk.
Wow.
Why y'all all jumping
Because I'm
up?
going to forget later.
Go ahead, Elliot. What's up?
Maybe you're trying to get out of the system before he got married.
And that may be, but you know what? Here's my thing. I'm a very down to earth type of person. I'm not a chick that jumps off I don't jump fly with people. I'm not one that says you can't have female friends. You have to be home at 1:00 because I'm your girl. My problem was I sat down and tried to have a conversation. I had an email dropped in my lap between you and some chick that you claim stopped you after passing you. And like I told you then, there's a concern. I'm a female.
Did you say stalk?
No, stopped.
Oh,
stopped
stop.
you in the hallway after she passed you. There's a reason for that. I'm a female, I know. The other concerns that came up later were Facebook pages that were fake, different things like that. Okay, different things of that nature. None of this was from me going through anything. These were all things that dropped in my lap. Lies of people calling at 1 and 2 in the morning. I can hear the chick on the other phone when you say it's my brother, but I don't say anything because I give you the chance to be honest with me while we're keeping your nieces while your brother and sister are in Hawaii.
You are so nice, KJ,
right.
because
but here's what I'm
that's
saying.
when Lady T gets to hitting with
Right.
shoes.
Well,
and
but here
anything
was my option.
Violence.
Here was my option. We always had a great
Violence sometimes
relationship.
Leave the lighters
Answer.
around.
You know, it comes down to this. We always had a great relationship. We were pretty open. We could talk about anything. So I'm going to give you the option to talk with me about it first. I didn't come at him yelling. I wasn't screaming. I wasn't throwing stuff. I don't do physical violence. So I came at you calm. I'm
really
waiting
don't
on.
either.
I waited on him to answer. As things continued to go through in counseling and different things, trust can't be rebuilt when only one person's trying to rebuild it. Is all I'm saying.
All right.
Okay.
Elliot, you got something to say on that?
No, I was just asking.
I know.
Just saying, it's a possibility.
AB jumped up, so
in the corner raising his
We got
hand
a
like
hand.
he's in second grade.
he's probably gonna ask, "What did you do wrong, K-Joy?" All right. So he's pointing, so that's where he's headed. I can be honest, when we did sit down and talk about it after the engagement was broken off, there were some things that definitely could have been handled better on both sides. However, my thing was, We've always talked about everything else. What happened this particular time? But in our relationship, we had a lot going on. We had family living with us off and on, family always needing help with finances. We had, different things in and out while we were engaged. So before we even made it down the aisle, I'm not saying that makes it okay for him to do these things. I'm just saying that in this situation, if he had sat and talked to me about whatever it was, and like Elliot said, later on, years later, he did tell me that, it was about trying to get some of this stuff out of his system before. But my problem with that is, we dated almost 5 years by then. So,
Wow. So you,
Part of that reason.
okay, sure, go ahead.
You had a family living with you.
We, on both sides.
How real can we get on this show?
Go ahead. Let's be real, AB. Bring it.
You had a family living with you?
We had his brother. We had his youngest brother that lived with us for some time. My mom lived with us for some time. I mean, I agree. It can be hard on a relationship. I'm not dumb to that.
Okay.
So that's why I'm saying we went to counseling, not family counseling. Him and I went to counseling. We got family out of the house. But when I come to you to talk to you about it and you choose to shut down and start asking me, you need to make a decision right here and now. Mm-hmm. And my thing was, don't pressure me. I'm trying to give you a chance to work through this and talk about it. You pressure me, there's going to be an issue.
There was pressure on both ends.
Okay. I'm not saying there wasn't.
It was. I hear his plea.
Okay.
Completely.
Okay.
I hear your plea. Open-heartedly. Yours was more emotional. His was about 75 to 80% physical. You got all these other people in the house, and it's disrupting your vibe between the two of you. If everybody else is in this house, there has to be, as black people, we haven't learned the skill of working and operating in a house together with family. Not when I say family, I don't mean mother, father, son, daughter, that immediate family. I'm talking about cousins, brothers, everybody else
The
involved in the
extended
house, extended family. Because that other energy, we haven't allowed ourselves to be accustomed to that type of energy. So when we have a type of peace that's set in the house by the quote unquote man of the house, and it's not there, there's no peace. There's no peace within him. So he can't operate and function as the man of the house because he's not the man of the house. There's men in this house.
Okay.
And that's a problem. The testosterone level is being raised.
Okay.
So the level of intimacy that needs to be controlled or calmed and shut down with that has no room. Mm-hmm. In other words, let me bring this down, third grade elementary level. Parental discretion advised. He ain't getting enough pussy at home because there's too many folks in the house. That's not anybody's fault. It's just that's the situation where it is. Mm-hmm. So if there's a lot of conflict and he can't get that release or he can't get that one-on-one time, then I'm going to have to I got to get out of here for some reason. I'm going to go to the bar. I'm going to go to the club. I'm going to hang with the crew, with the boys. I need to get my release because I can't get it here.
And I was good with that.
At the house.
I was good with that. I wasn't telling him he needed to sit at home.
Well, it's not.
Yeah,
the family
but see, you wasn't doing it like you were before the person moved in. You see what I'm saying? Because you was a little bit more free and relaxed. And you was willing to, just, let your hair down and all that stuff. And then when family moved in, you was like, yeah, trying to be conservative, and he like, I don't give a shit, turn that ass over, put your head in the pillow. You know what I'm saying?
What the hell did you just say on my show?
Turn over, put your head in the pillow.
It's JR. It's not going to be rated PG.
So I'm just saying though,
and I feel that. But here's my thing after that. Even after we walked away. What did you say? Did you say? What did you say?
I said, what part are you feeling? Turning over, putting your head in the pillow.
We had some wild times. That's what I'm gonna say.
That was before the family moved in.
We had some wild times after family moved in. So because we also used to meet on lunch breaks. There were times, but all I can say, what I can say with this is even after we decided to walk away for a while, we tried again and again, off and on for years, without family being in the house, without living together, and the same issues came up. Trust. It all. Okay. And that may be AB. Say that one more time because I don't think people can.
They never got resolved. Been there.
Okay.
She said they never got resolved.
Okay.
They never got resolved.
But it just remains, you go back and connect on that one piece that got you there. I'm sorry. You go back on that one piece that got you there.
Okay.
Without resolving the other stuff and say, hey, let's say, for example, it was cheating. Okay. you can go back to that same person to be with that person because there's a level of comfort there. Y'all know each other's patterns.
Right.
This person can cook good. They know what I'm going to do. They can take care of me here, but you never address that cheating issue. And you never got over that. So people tend to do that and be like, well, as long as we don't talk about it, don't bring it up. It never happened.
I've been glad to put everything on the table. That's what I'm going to say. So,
Beautiful.
I mean, he said he's open to it as well, but unfortunately, when we start talking about things and he just wants to say, hey, I never cheated on you in the story, I'm like, hey, there had to be more.
Like, you're a liar, kill yourself.
I didn't quite go that.
Okay.
Ladies.
We're going to get into that later on. But yes, if you want to get in on this, it's run for it. How to know you're in a bad relationship is 972-891-8864. While we're on the topic of sex, it kind of ties into, I have 3 parts for my next point. You don't have the time. And one of them being sex.
Some frack on that. Let's listen.
You know, if you don't have the time for sex, there is going to eventually be a problem.
Listen.
I really believe that.
If one of the two people in the relationship does not have time for sex, I'm pretty sure one person will
That's what
have
I'm
time
saying.
for sex.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying? Because
something can happen.
listen, they gonna get it with you or without you. Now, I'm not condoning stepping outside of the relationship, but what I am saying is, you know, if you're not taking care of home, somebody else will. And even if one is taking care of home, the best to his and her ability does not mean that he or she won't step out. All you can do is what you can do up to your best ability.
Can we understand the plight of a woman for just a second?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't need the church choir.
Am all
I need you
right?
to sing another song. You've been singing that song all week. I need you to switch up them songs.
And today just Wednesday. Prayer meeting. How
You've
many of y'all
been
went
singing
to
that
Bible
song.
study?
You've
No,
been
I'm
singing
just
that song since Sunday. I need you to switch it up. Anyway, so as women nowadays, you know, let's say you in a 2-person household, 2 grown people. We're not in the type of society where one person cannot work. It's really hard. So let's say she goes to work. She works 10 hours a day. She has to come home. She has to clean up after you. She has to clean up after kids, if there's kids. If there's just the man, that's enough. You have to clean up after him. She has to cook. She has to make sure the house is clean. Sometimes at the end of the night, she's not going to want to. Can y'all understand that?
I got that.
Yes, sometimes. You know,
I got that. But my other thing is, why is cleaning up behind a grown ass man when it's supposed to be
Because y'all are dirty.
a partner? You know, if we are we not partners in this relationship, this marriage? If we living together, this is a partnership. You know, so his lazy ass needs to clean up, wash the dishes, fold some clothes, make sure things he tidied up if he gets home
A
before
lot of
she
men
does.
don't understand that, and a lot of men don't know that that is a big turn on the women. Like,
Right.
if you help with cleaning up and everything,
Because I can cook with an apron
hey.
on and some boots, and that's it.
All right, JR. Okay.
I'm just saying. The house is clean. I'm trying to get dinner ready. What about
Right.
you?
I don't know if dinner's gonna be
talking about
edible.
what you
I mean, you in there? What?
I got an apron on.
he up there stomping talking about chicken. What you want?
But no, I'm
He said he's
serious
trying to
though.
keep it spicy.
I mean, you know what? I mean, the realization is that, you know, true, everyone gets tired. We have long days and we just really tired. And, you know, when it comes to nighttime, you know, one or both is just like, I just want to take my ass to sleep. You know, and that's okay because it happens. You know, every night is not going to be a blissful night. You know, and if a person is going into that marriage or they moving in with each other and thinking that, oh, it's going to be like this every night, look here, you fooling yourself. You really are. You know, so you need to be realistic.
Okay.
You know, and so if you're not going in realistic, you know, sightseeing in the whole relationship, then you're in trouble because, you know, in less than a month, you about to have a blown up argument.
Over
You know.
nothing. Over toothpaste. The cap off the toothpaste.
Over
blowing
nothing
out.
because, you know, he or she can complain about something very minor, but then that's not what the real argument is. You have to get below that and get to the surface. And the surface could be X, Y, and Z. Mm-hmm. But sometimes you don't ever get to that. Why? Because both parties are trying to be heard and neither party is listening.
That's interesting.
Well, that's a fight. That's not an argument. The argument is two people coming together, and I think people confuse arguments and fights because fights are just two people trying to win. And if you're trying to win, especially if there's no referee, then it's not. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna happen. It's somebody's gonna give up.
Yeah.
But the arguments, I'll listen to you, think what you got to say, like a debate. Those things work, and it really just comes down to communication again, because you got to find somebody who you can communicate with and can understand how you communicate. Because some people, like, if you tell me something, right, you might say how you know how to say it, but I might hear something else. So I got to find somebody who can say how I hear it.
Right.
You following?
Very
Right.
true.
Yeah.
So.
That's true, and that's another one of the little points in that highlight is communication. You don't have time to communicate. You don't have time to just actually sit and talk it out.
Gotta make time.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
No
I
way.
think sometime in the day, if it's feasible. Well, let me change that. It is feasible. Both parties need to just make the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you have kids, and I understand if you have little ones, you got to put them to bed. You got to get them ready the next day. Homework, feed and all that stuff. I got that.
Mm-hmm.
But now once, the house kind of settles down, because really if you're not 12, 13 and over 5'2", you shouldn't be up past 9. So
You know what?
you shouldn't be up past 9.
But what
9
were
PM.
those? What was those
You're not
requirements?
If you're not at least 12 years old and over 5'2", you shouldn't be up past 9 p.m.
Are you 5'2"?
Yeah, I am.
I'm sorry, you just left yourself wide open for that.
So all I'm saying, around that time, once everything settles down, you ought to be able to sit down at the table or in the living room, no TV on, and have a conversation about the day that could lead into something that you really want to talk about.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
You have to make that
Right,
time
and
for y'all.
you have to make that time. I'm not saying every night. That's not what I'm saying. But if it's weighing heavy on you that particular day, you might want to go ahead and get that out before you go to bed.
Right. And
That's all I'm saying.
And communication as in talking, not just
Right,
yelling
conversation,
or nagging.
talking. A low, calm, monotone voice. You know what I'm saying?
The one thing when I was
Is that what that is?
No, that ain't what that is.
okay, you
was
just
like,
trying
'cause
to.
I-
Was that your
sounds
Barry
like-
White voice?
No, I'm pretty blunt, so I ain't. Yeah, I'll be like, I don't like this shit. So
Wow.
I'm just letting you guys know.
Wow.
It works out. It's better. It's easier.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty
Not a lot of
blunt.
questions left.
So I'm gonna tell you. Look, the other night, this was it's been bothering me. I didn't like that bullshit. I'm just telling you. So, don't let it happen again.
I'm sorry you didn't like that. But,
That's it.
That's the way it is. So take it.
I mean, I don't have an issue with it right now. I'm just telling you it bothered me, and don't let it happen again.
Don't let it happen again.
All right.
That's cool. One thing, when I was married, I tried to make sure when my ex-husband did come home that I didn't try to nag as soon as he walked in the door. I tried to say it in a more, positive way. Instead of just saying, hey, this bill's due and you didn't pay it and you said you were going to do it. Why didn't you do it? Just kind of let it go and be like, oh, do you remember such and such and such and such? Oh, okay. You said you got it. Okay. Even though the termination notice is tomorrow, I'm just going to trust you got it.
That's a whole nother.
But that's a concern.
Yeah, that's a whole.
When you're trying to let your man lead, and unfortunately, he's not doing that.
Yeah.
But
It's a
who
hard
is-
situation to be in.
Who
That's
is
all
the
we're
better
saying.
financial, person
But what
in
if
the
you're
relationship?
equally? Because we were equal in ours.
I mean, did you all split the bills though and say, "Hey, you're responsible for this, and I'm responsible"?
We did. I mean,
for
I didn't
this?
have that particular issue, but
Yeah.
I'm saying a spinoff. It's the same thing. I mean,
Yeah, but it doesn't
when
have
you
to
sit
be-
back to let your man let somebody lead, and unfortunately, they're not doing that. Sometimes you
Then
feel like you have.
you need to
kind
take
of-
over. Ain't no need to just take
Say it
over.
again, Jr.
Yeah, ain't no need to. I mean, look, if the man is not doing what he's
You
supposed to be
don't want to
doing
have
as a
to be the one
man,
leading
then take
the
over and
household.
handle the bills, handle the
Because you're supposed to be-
responsibility.
He's the one that has the vagina.
What,
What?
Lady T? I got.
What if he's the one that has the vagina?
Yes.
He has 2 organs,
I won't
a
say
pussy and a vagina. It happens.
What? Hold on.
Take it in the way she's saying it, guys. Don't take it so y'all are like, what? How could that happen?
No, I
but
got what she's saying,
seriously,
but-
when you are with somebody that is,
Is he on
I'm
the down
gonna say
low?
no, that's not what she meant. That's what I was like. Don't
He
take.
from- he
I
from
knew
Atlanta.
y'all were about to take it the wrong way. When you have somebody you're with that is on their game, with finances and trying to make sure the house is taken care of.
Right.
I cooked most of the week. We went out. When we did go out, we took. If his little brother was up, whoever was in town, we spent time with family. he had his time with his boys, blah, blah, blah. But there were times when things were disrespected in the house that I need you to stand up and handle. But if I have to stand up and handle it, or I allow, we talk about it, you say you're going to handle it, babe. Okay, great. And y'all come back in and nothing's been handled. There's a problem. And unfortunately, because I am a little strong on that end, that can be a concern. And I'm not saying I've learned to calm that piece down. But what I mean, for example, let me give an example and maybe y'all will get what I'm saying.
No, I got what you're saying.
No. I want to give an example.
Go ahead, roll.
Here's an example.
Go ahead.
Gone for a week, come back, brother-in-law done slept with somebody in our bed. All my new sheets, all my new comforter.
What?
Didn't clean them.
But
hold on, wait. Here's how I find out. I come in, we come back from being somewhere else, house sitting, come back for a week. I was like, babe, I'm about to get in the shower, get in bed. Pull the sheets back. There's something on the sheets. Well, I know it wasn't you.
Were you
because
eating
you
mashed
were with
potatoes
me.
in the
so,
bed?
Here was my thing. You handle, and I'm going to be real blunt. You handle this shit because if I have to talk to him, he's going to be pissed and he's going back home.
Wait, I got a question though. Was he not mad about that himself?
Well, he was like, babe, he was real laid back. Babe, I'm going to talk to him, I'll handle it. And I said, okay, but here's my thing. I need him to understand. We upgraded to a bigger apartment for him to have his own room. And I told him, you 20 years old, you going to be getting your fuck on. I don't care. Just don't be doing it on my shit disrespecting.
Right.
If we're not here and you want to have girls in our room because that's
That
where
should
the
be a
PS
given.
is or whatever.
Exactly.
But my thing, here was my problem. And this is what Lady T is headed to, I think. When she said that, I got in trouble because, like I told him at the end of the night, when they came back from going to get their hair cut, and his brother did apologize. Sister-in-law, I'm sorry. I'm not saying I didn't believe him. When he made the dumbass comment that said, but she looked clean, and I said, that's my motherfucking problem right there. You think she looks clean. You don't know because you're young and dumb. You're not thinking about all these other issues you're bringing into my household.
Wait a minute. I'm still stuck on the fact your new sheets.
Well,
I
how
mean,
about just
because
disrespect, period,
it
was my problem.
disrespect,
Did he have
and
a
I
room?
read-
Yes, that's what I'm telling you. We upgraded apartments for him to have his own room.
But
So this
that
is
should
all
go
I'm getting
without
back to.
saying.
You don't have to sidetrack.
So
All I'm saying is
he was
when a
fucking with her in
female
the
is
one room.
expecting her man, her husband to lead, and in certain situations those things are not handled in a disrespectful situation, you feel like you have to stand up. Some of us, I have run my life. I have been there for everybody. I'm ready to fight. While I'm engaged, I'm ready to watch him lead. That's all I'm saying. And if I feel like the situation's handled, maybe people would disagree. But when your brother's coming back in cackling because he now is ready to go because he don't like the way I'm going to say it.
Right.
Well, handle that.
Well,
And you know what?
at the same
Go ahead, Elliot.
Go ahead.
Okay, at the same time, all right. Like that's how some dudes are. Like if I know you and you was fucking on my sheets, right? And I'm like, damn, dude, fucked on my shit. I'm gonna have to get in his ass later. I'm not just gonna blow up. Like you might not think I'm mad, but when I get alone, I'll be like, yo, dog, what the fuck were you thinking?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so then he'll have the conversation, like, my girl gonna have to give it to you, get back to the house.
Yeah.
And so that's
And I feel that. And honestly, if he would have said, babe, I did talk to him, but he was just like,
Nonchalant.
yeah, I mean, and that's my thing. You've known me for 5 years. You know I'm about to go through the roof on this.
But-
so all I'm saying is, if he had said that,
Yes.
it is nasty. It is
Dirty
and so
dumb
that was
mama
one.
bitch.
All I'm saying is that was one example. So I feel you, Elliot, because I knew who I was with. He was laid back. It took a lot to get Jay over the hump. So I understand that. But
That should've been one.
that was one example of issues of disrespect that I'm like, sweetheart, your brother keeps disrespecting our shit that we're paying for. I need you to say something a little more because clearly he's not getting it or his ass is going home. No, he ain't going home. Okay, maybe we can ask him to pay, $50 to $100. We ain't asking him for nothing.
That moves
No,
to
he's
the
not going to do
next
that
thing.
either. Okay.
You feel you have no respect.
wrong
You
with
lose
people?
respect for that person, or you have no respect, or you're not getting any respect from that person. That's a bad situation to be in. To just not have no respect. I don't know about you, Candace, but I went
Well,
through some stuff
this
where I
all
lost
started because
respect
of your
for some
comment
men.
about men and vaginas and people not understanding where you're coming from. And I understand because unfortunately my mouth got to going and I happened to make the comment. If I got to be the one,
I
With
understand
some balls.
that too because I've been the one that had to have the balls in the relationship.
right. And
And
I'm
I didn't
sorry,
really
y'all.
like it.
Lady T
but
show is rated what?
It's rated
X.
R for real.
Right, because some of these people are gonna listen and be like, "Man, I can't believe Candace is
Right,
like that."
right.
This is what it is. That's what it was. Many of y'all knew me during that time frame. Unfortunately,
I lost respect
what
for
it
a
is.
lot of dudes because they just did not have the balls for it. I mean, it happens.
what
They act like
what
girls.
is it?
Where they show that they have a female part. They have a vagina. I'm sorry. There are a lot of guys out there that are soft. There are a lot of mama boys out there. They fold faster than Superman on laundry day. They fold.
Damn.
Yeah, that's pretty fast.
Yeah, that is fast.
You know,
Crazy.
and you lose respect for them because you saw this person as a man. You're trying to give them the respect that a woman should give a man.
And
But
a
once
husband.
he puts himself in a position where he's acting like a female, you feel as a woman, well, I have to treat him like I treat females.
Well, just leave. Let him do his thing. Don't make his life bad.
Yeah, but
Call
see,
him
but
a
see
bitch,
what
'cause
happens.
Well, I mean,
but
well,
see-
that's when you need to
And I'm
run
with
from
you.
it.
Not
But-
up front,
but see-
not up front, but
but-
over time where it's like, and I was honest about that before I got to saying some things out the side of my neck. Look, hun, you know what I'm saying? Like when we got in this, things were a certain way, and now, my respect level is being dissed because you want to do a little more, and I'm good with helping family. Anybody that knows me, I'll ride and die for my family.
Right.
But there are certain levels. I'm not going to let them disrespect you, and I'm not going to let them disrespect our household.
Exactly.
So if you're not willing to stand up for that, maybe we're not ready for this, or maybe you need somebody that is down with that. Maybe I'm not that one.
Right.
So, I mean, we're just being honest.
Exactly. And I'm being honest too, where you waiting on them to step to the plate and they
But
not
what's
doing
wrong
it.
with that? What's wrong with that?
Men? I mean,
Listen,
y'all got real
look,
quiet.
No, it's not
I
that.
mean, y'all didn't-
we
y'all
just didn't
didn't-
want to interrupt because here's the thing: if the man is not doing what he's
Oh,
supposed
y'all
to
got
do
the same
and
answer in
and
unison. Well, I mean,
and handling
men
the
outside.
responsibility, then yes, the woman got to step up and handle it all. And so he's gonna have to take a back seat as far as quote unquote, being the man of the house, because you won't be the man of the house. The woman is the man of the house and the woman of the house, because the man's not handling responsibility. But now here's the thing: a lot of times, women won't find that out until they in love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and now when they in love.
I did. I mean, that was.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't
When
know.
they
It
in
was
love,
me.
they
It was
see
my
they
mistake.
see it, but then they
It's
stay
Lady
right
Tina.
there too. Because see, they just can't pack up and leave like in their mind they want to. In their mind, you'd be like, I'm gonna get my stuff and I'm out. See, that's in your mind, but your heart said, talk to them, deal with it. It's gonna get better, because you in love. You know what I'm saying?
But that's where, you know what, honestly,
So-
Jared, praying about it comes in. I
Right.
mean, that's what I did for mine was, Lord, I need you to let me know. You know what I mean? What else is going on that I'm not aware of, and if this is really who I'm supposed to be with.
And that's where I got to my breaking point.
Sorry, JR.
Which is why I am divorced. I got tired of not getting any respect for being the wife, any respect for being just anything. I got tired, and I waited to a day. I got disrespected on Thanksgiving Day. Wow, he let his mom come in and cook her whole thing, take over the whole house. She was like, this, she doesn't even live here. This is his house. This is his everything. And so I felt so disrespected. I was like, and you're not going to say anything? He said nothing. So that next day I politely just, packed up my stuff and I left. I was like, what's the point of this thing?
The brother should have checked his mother seriously when his mother is coming to you all's house, for Thanksgiving, and you are responsible for, setting it all up, cooking or what have you. I mean, fine if mother want to bring a little something, help out a little bit in the kitchen, but mama's on vacation. Mama's coming to, relax. She's not supposed to just come over and take over somebody else's kitchen in somebody else's house. So he should have checked his mother.
No, he checked me. He called himself checking me.
Right, I hear what you're saying, but I'm saying he should have checked his
Yeah, we
mother.
all agree with you.
We got
Yeah,
what you're saying.
you're
Nobody,
right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We agree with
you're
you.
100% right. I'm saying what the brother should have done.
Okay.
You see what I'm
I'm
saying?
trying to scare nobody.
So I mean, he should have had he should have had a conversation with his mother. Say, hey, mom, won't you come on in, have a seat? She got this. If she would have brought a covered dish or what have you, that's fine.
Right.
But she has this.
Yeah.
Enjoy this Thanksgiving for once when you don't have to lift a finger. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what he should have pre-told her and also reminded her when she came to the house.
It's a reminder.
Because sometimes mamas, they get in their groove and this is what they used to doing because they've been doing it for 20 some years and that's what it is. You see what I'm saying? But he should have had a conversation with her prior, reminded her when she got there, and made sure she sat her ass down in the living room.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we got
And let the woman of the house do what she gonna do
Thank you.
and enjoy it.
We got a caller. If you ended in 5774, you are on the line with Lady T. So please say something. They just hung up. Okay, call back.
Everybody's scared. I put on there.
Are
Don't be
y'all scared of me?
I put on there.
Don't
Don't
be
be
scared of me. Here's my second to last point, you feel taken for granted. And that was one thing I felt a lot, that I was not appreciated. And the worst thing you can do, I'm going to tell you, the worst thing you can do to someone is you make them stop believing in you. And you make them stop appreciating you for who you are.
That's true.
That puts a whole nother damper on a relationship.
I think both parties want to be, respected and appreciated for all that they do in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? So I think on both ends of the spectrum, we both want the same thing. We want to both be respected for, being who we are to you, being who we are in a relationship. We want to be appreciated if I take the trash out, if I help tidy up, if I, clean the kitchen up, prior to you getting home, because I got home first, not because I dirtied up the dishes, or not that, I dirtied up the dishes and left them in the sink before we went to bed. Did you dirty up those dishes, JR? Hey, I probably did, but all I'm saying is it shouldn't matter who dirtied up the dishes. The thing is, whoever got home first, we both know that the dishes need to be clean, so damn it, whoever home first, get in the kitchen, clean them up. Because it's a partnership. It's not a dictatorship.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And I think some people in relationships, whether you're young or old, because sometimes older couples still go through the same thing. If the towel's in the dryer, okay, fold them up. It don't matter who put them in there last.
But
you see what I'm saying?
It goes a little beyond that. It's like if you have a dream, how far can you support someone on their dream until you feel like they're just taking advantage of that situation by just giving you that old MLK speech, I have a dream. You trying to get this off the ground, but I don't see you putting in the footwork to do this. I just see you living off of me.
Right.
I just see you not doing
that happens all the time in other aspects, especially in entertainment or music. You see people come to you all the time like, oh, y'all want to do this, I want to do this. And like a week later, you don't hear from them again, especially if money's involved,
Right.
So, that happens. You just got to know when people are just talking and when people are really about this stuff.
Or when somebody has fed you so many lies, where you just can't believe them anymore.
And,
I want to believe you, but
that's
due
back
to
to
your
you
track
just
record,
getting up and leaving.
Right.
I'm
But
good.
then a lot of times you just might have to take it at face value and just leave it for what it is. Not judging them after whatever statement they saying, man, I want to do this, or I'm trying to do this, or whatever. Okay, cool. Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah.
And just leave it at that. It's not saying that they're not trying, or this is not what they're really trying to do. But for whatever reason, the reason why they can't be on it like, they really want to be on it, or like, they saying I'll be back next week and you don't hear from them for 2 months. Okay, it is what it is. But instead of trying to throw a negative shot in there, try to give some affirmation and say, hey, when you ready, I'll be right here. Let me know when you ready, because for whatever reason, we don't really know why they can't, things don't roll the way they want to roll.
Why do I feel like this is a line you've used on a woman before? When I'm ready.
Why is it
when you are
always
ready,
like it's a negative side on
here.
me? You know what I'm saying? Look, I don't use a line. I just let your ass know up front. I don't give a damn.
I'm just
You don't pay my bills. Shit.
You don't either.
Hell, you could get your bills paid. You don't want to act right.
Go ahead.
Hell, play your role. Stay in your line. Keep the blinders on.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not staying in my lane.
Sounds you trying to get her bills paid. She apologize real quick. Ooh, let me get back in my lane.
No. No.
I didn't know that was on the table.
I know, right? But he didn't say that at
She ain't
first.
apologize all show.
You're not supposed to do that, man. We go way back.
I understand. I'm just saying.
Stating the fact.
It is what it is.
It is what it
You
is.
keep it moving.
Okay, well, it's getting down to that thing I like to call the last word. So I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. This is my last word. I don't have any spoken word for this week or anything like that. But this is what I got to say. The choice is yours. Really what you should do, you should guard your heart. You should make sure that you make better future decisions than you do past decisions. Do I need to rewind that?
Go ahead.
Make sure you make better future decisions than you do past decisions. Because sometimes if you keep going for what you are comfortable or familiar with, you're going to get the same results. So sometimes you need to change what you're going for. And then it's just like if it's like I'm attracting a certain type, then maybe you're attracted to that type. You need to change your type. Oh, is somebody hearing me out there?
Oh yeah.
Somebody hear you.
Okay. Because these are
There was
ways.
some woman driving talking about, she talking about me.
Because it's a way where you can recognize what's going on and you can make the steps to change your habits to make a better you. Because at the end of the day, you're the only person responsible for you. You're the only person responsible for your happiness, your well-being. You can't depend on somebody else to be there when you fall. You have to depend on yourself. So, and most of all, you need to know your value.
Know your self-worth.
Right. So I'm Lady T, and that's my 2 cents. You can take it, you can leave it. You know, you can hit me up at Facebook, Lady T, say something. I'm used to threatening emails. You know, the 3 minutes it took you to write that threatening email, it took me all of 3 seconds to delete. So thank you. I like the attention.